Hello y'all, this is RJ here in Caroline County Historical Museum. So all these beautiful paintings right here. All paintings from Sidney E. King. These were all on the national battlefield. National battlefields were around here. Very historic location. The old original courthouse is just outside of this location. But look at all these beautiful paintings. These used to be located all over the National Park Services in different places. So for example, this right here is the Chancellor House. This was over there, of course, Battle of Chancellorsville. And you see right here the before of what the Chancellor House used to look like. And now it's just basically the foundation. It was all burned down. The Chancellor House before and the Chancellor House afterwards, where it was in flames. You see the legendary, famous General Robert E. Lee right there. What a beautiful painting this is right here. It says right here, although built by the Chancellor family as a tavern to accommodate travelers moving up and down the Orange Turnpike, Chancellorsville by 1860 was simply being used as a private residence. Around its sturdy brick walls, fought one of the greatest of the Civil War. Love it. Now over here, you see the portrait of Jeb Stewart. You see over here, Chickahominy Overlook. She used to be it's not a sign for this one, but you see right here, General Robert E. Lee, his staff members looking out over here. Once again, this should be on the Park Service grounds. So you see about good 10 feet across on this one. Here's a scene out of the Battle of the Wilderness. It used to be there on the National Battlefield of the Wilderness. You've probably heard about this, where it talks about Lee to the rear. Following the Union breakthrough at Spotsylvania Mole Shoe Salient, General Robert E. Lee prepared to personally lead Confederate troops at the McDowell House forward in a counterattack to retake the lost works. His men wouldn't allow it, shouting, "Lee to the rear." Now, these were all outside in the weather, being weathered after all these years. Really, surprisingly, very good shape after all these years. These, if you went to the Battle of the Wilderness, these are the murals that you would have seen. I was told they were not really covered up, just exposed to elements after all that time. Now this one right here, a famous legendary Jeb Stewart. The original painting by Sidney E. King of Major General Jonathan Edward Brown, Jeb Stewart, was generously donated by the Sidney E. King Foundation for the Arts. What a cool painting this is. Once again, here in the Caroline County Museum. Some other beautiful paintings right through here as well. Oh, that is beautiful. See right there, Sidney King. Here is this used to be right there by the old stone wall. There's Sunken Road. There, the Battle of Fredericksburg. So when you would go to the visitor center was about right here. And this is where this painting used to be, right there along the old stone wall. You can see the very detailed imagery of Fredericksburg right there. These churches are still there, these buildings are still there. Of course, Chatham right now is the National Park Service headquarters. You see the Mary Washington, George Washington's mother's gravesite right there, it's still there. Of course, a new memorial since then. And you see the Confederate position, the Brompton right here is still there. And you see the Confederate position right here along the Sunken Road. You can walk this day. Part of the original wall is still there to this day. That's right there. There's the old, I think the Ennis house and a few other houses that were there. The other house that's now gone, right along there. And of course, we all know this is what happened here, where attack after attack came through here. You had all these Yankees, all these Union soldiers. Here in the Battle of Fredericksburg, which was the single largest mass of troops on North America's continent, in all America's continent. There was more troops for the Battle of Fredericksburg than there was even at Gettysburg. There was about 20,000 more troops at the Battle of Fredericksburg than there was even at Gettysburg or these other places. Because Union soldiers had about a good 130,000 soldiers on this side. On this side of the you see the Rappahannock right here. They came across these pontoon boats and then came through and was hand-to-hand combat fighting through here. And then they attacked the Confederate positions right here. Even though the Confederates are outnumbered over 2-1, Southerners, the home team, Confederates only had about 60,000 men, but they were able to hold off a mass invasion. So add it all up, and there's over 200,000 troops. Quite amazing. Here's Prospect Hill, part of Battle of Fredericksburg as well, part of General Jackson's area. In fact, he speaks about right here. At Fredericksburg, the Union Army opened its attack at Prospect Hill, 4 miles south of town. The Confederate artillery posted behind the Richmond-Fredericksburg-Potomac Railroad stopped the attack cold, only to have Union soldiers penetrate a gap further in the line. So Stonewall Jackson's attempt. All this, thankfully, this area through here was mostly preserved by the American Battlefield Foundation. Their single largest purchase cost millions of dollars, but thankfully it's preserved. Otherwise, it could have been houses or retail or commercial right now. But how beautiful is this? Should be worth mentioning. There's a scene out of Gods and Generals where Robert E. Lee's on the hill, and he's talking about this being the house. This is where he found love, met his wife, their homes were, their families were. This is where their loved ones are buried. This is basically, it puts in perspective to the Union troops. This is just another war, another place on the war map to conquer and subjugate. But to Southerners, this is their home. And it puts in perspective because Robert E. Lee's mother-in-law was actually born right there in Chatham. And George Washington's Ferry Farm, in fact, it says it right here, thankfully, Washington's boyhood home, George Washington's formative years were right there, right across the Rappahannock. Well, they say he cut down the cherry tree and threw the silver dollar across, and no surprise that George Washington bought his mother a home right over down in here. And it's no surprise that George Washington's mother is also buried right there. How awesome is that? Now make a transition over here. Beautiful painting of the last meeting of General Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson, part of the Chancellorsville. In fact, you can read about that right here. On the night of May 1st, zoom in a little bit here. On the night of May 1st, 1863, Generals Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson met around a campfire at Chancellorsville to plan their strategy for the following day. The result was an assault on the right flank of the Union Army, one of the most daring and successful attacks of the war. Beautiful painting right there. I've been to this spot multiple times before. Of course, the very next day, Stonewall Jackson would, his famous flanking motion, take 28 to 30,000 men around, march about 12 miles all the way to the backside, and caught the Yankees, the Union soldiers, the invaders by surprise. So here's some other paintings by, once again, by Sidney. This is by Sidney King. There's different things here. For example, Augustine Washington, his 10-year-old son, George, there. Some scenes of that, of George Washington. And these other cool paintings, once again, these were there at National Battlefield. So what a great place to come and visit. If you're ever over here in Caroline County, what a great place to come and visit. Some other scenes right here. I'm not going to show all this right now, but here, this one is the east angle, the Battle of Spotsylvania Courthouse, which also, of course, took place pretty close to here. Reaching its zenith on May 12, 1864, when Ulysses S. Grant launched a dawn assault on the Mushoes salient, a huge outward bulge in the Confederate line. The attack sparked 22 hours of continuous combat, the most violent in American history. Let's not forget that. It took place over in Spotsylvania Courthouse. Can you imagine what it was like at that point? Look at the detail of this painting here. It's the Battle of Drewry's Bluff right here. Beautiful. The Christian Church. It's beautiful as well. So once again, these are all paintings by Sidney E. King, donated to the Sidney King Foundation, the arts. A lot of other really beautiful paintings right here. I love these. Look how cool that is. I'm gonna start walking out towards the front here. More paintings right through here. You can see this one. Awesome. Washington Artillery. Once again, you can see Fredericksburg right here. Very detailed painting, so no surprise that this was used by the National Park Service. You can see some of the sunken road right there. And you saw what a great close, great detailed image. What a huge loss for the Park Service. What a huge win for Caroline County. Basically the Historical Museum. So I don't think the Caroline County even originally, I think, rejected these, but thankfully they were placed here. What a great painting to have. Very impressive. So thank you to the Historical Society for preserving these, making these possible. All these beautiful paintings right through here. Wow, beautiful. Once again, all by Sidney King. Speaks a little bit about the Bowling Green fire that took place here. I'm not going to spend too much time because I have to go meet somebody over at the nearby cemetery where the Confederate memorial was moved to. Oh, definitely need to see this as well. The Lacey House, Chatham, December of 1862, here at Fredericksburg. But look at that, how cool that is. Beautiful, what a detailed, beautiful mural right here. So impressive. Just to zoom in a little bit on this. But once again, this is that house owned by probably Fitzhugh's and Chatham and Lacey's. This is the house that Robert Lee's mother-in-law was born in. It's right across, overlooks the town of Fredericksburg down below. See the Rappahannock River right there. And the Union soldiers went right across there and attacked this colonial town. George Washington's Ferry Farm is right up here along the edge. George Washington's Ferry Farm is right around there. A lot of these structures, like this church, is still there. And that too. Beautiful. Perch on the Bluffs, opposite Fredericksburg. So once again, this is here in Caroline County, part of the Historical Society newsletter right here. Caroline County Arts Trailers, Stratford Hall is not too far from here. So definitely worth stopping by if you're ever around here. I love this museum. So stepping outside for just a minute. So once again, this is downtown Bowling Green. This is definitely a sore spot for me because there used to be a beautiful Confederate monument memorial right there, right here. And the outsiders came in here and forced their will and moved it. Nobody in town wanted to move it. Everybody wanted to keep the memorial there. Unfortunately, the county board decided to heed the wishes of outsiders and people who aren't even from this area. Because overwhelmingly, the people wanted to keep the memorial, beautiful memorial that was right here. This is the old, this right here is the old courthouse. It's part of the, you see a campaign for 1781, Lafayette marching through here. And walking through here. So the beautiful Confederate Memorial was right here. It was moved about 2 miles away down the road to the cemetery. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up right here, right along Main Street, where you see the 1864 Union occupation of Bowling Green. Now they had changed this, it was removed for a little period of time, but they had replaced it with this one. So this was not nearly the same quality. The previous one was great, but this is the 1864 Union occupation of Bowling Green. Now they don't show as much, but you see what the Union soldiers did. Union soldiers were not kind to this place. He speaks about it in part. I'm glad to see this historical marker was replaced. I don't know if they whitewashed it like some of the other ones, but it does speak about it in part. About on May 21st, 1864, General Winfield Scott, 2nd Corps passed through Bowling Green. Union soldiers broke into stores, looted homes, freed prisoners from jail. Documents from the ransacked courthouse littered the streets. A few bold ventured outside to hurl epithets at their tormentors. "Are you going to Richmond?" cried one woman. "You'll all lay your bones in the ground before you get sight of it." So let's leave this with you today, once again from Bowling Green here in downtown. So take care, y'all.